Okay, so 3:06 on the 9th. Yeah, my hair is looking real muddy. 3:03 on the 9th. And payday. So today I'm going out shopping. And well, I've already done a ton of shopping on Amazon. And you know what's so fucking crazy is like I spend a lot on healthy powders and like I said, just my stuff for my tea is so expensive. Well, I call it tea, but it's so expensive for my powder drinks in the morning. And now I'm adding in so many more things. God. I'm always seeing things that are like, this is good. This is like the B12. The B12 is $25. And I was having lutein is a vitamin for your eyes. And I was getting that at the grocery store. I was just getting a small bottle. I was like, I don't even know if that's very, it probably is, shitty. So I should look for something better. So I'm getting the powder, which is $17.99 instead of like $3. And then, no, I think it was maybe $6 or $7. But it might have been 3 because I was getting lutein and selenium at the grocery store. I was like, oh, that's so much cheaper. But I don't know that it's a strong compound. So, and then with all their synthetic shit and everything. So anyways, I decided to get the powder, $17.99. So B12 right there. And then there's these foot pad things that you put on the bottom of your feet. And they're made like with turmeric and a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, I got a crease in my face, I think. And then but they pull toxins out of your body. And so you put them on the bottom of your feet, and then I don't know, they put good stuff in and take good stuff out, or bad stuff out. And so I was getting some of those. I was getting, I've got a bunch of my tea stuff I gotta get. And they're all expensive. Just the goat milk alone is $20 for one. It lasts like about a month for me. And the first time I got it, I was like using way more. Now I got it down to where a couple of the scoops, the little scooper thing, will make it last a month for how many cups I drink a day. And then a whole bunch of stuff, a bunch of tea stuff, shampoo stuff. I'm getting another one of these rice water ones that supposedly don't have stuff in it, but I don't know. Every time I get these, and I always still has a bunch of ingredients, which my mom got some chips the other day at Costco, and they were sweet potato chips. Literally, the ingredients were sweet potatoes, salt, and oil. I think there was one more ingredient, but it was the same. It was, might have been one more, but it was still something just like regular. Not any chemicals, nothing. I was like, dang, I'm getting more of those. And they were good. They're good. And then, and those were at Costco. And I just got up a bit ago, but I woke myself up, so I feel so much better. God, it took so long yesterday for me to wake up. I thought I was so out of it. And then I did take a nap. I swear to God, naps take up a lot of time of my day. It's just like, I don't know, it just cuts through. So, but whatever in my Amazon cart, which, fuck Bezos, fuck Amazon. But there is, the shops are a lot of people, but then there's a lot of shops that also just are trying to make money and just sell junk or whatever. So it's not like perfect or whatever. But I always use Amazon anyways because I paid the Prime, and so then it's free shipping. But it's also come out that they raise the prices on the people who have free shipping. So it's all bullshit. But anyways, I do use Amazon a lot. Okay, this is really gonna drive me crazy. I gotta really quit looking. Start doing my hair. Just fix my hair while I'm. This thing right here, this whatever this little thing that it started doing, drives me crazy. Jeez. Maybe it's the angle. Yeah, turn it. Maybe it's the way it's facing. It's making me try to go crazy. Yeah, that's better. But anyways, so what I was thinking was that the I could not afford to pay rent or something with trying to buy stuff to be healthy. There's just no way. It's so freaking expensive. I can't even believe it. But maybe I'm over the top. I'm trying to be healthy. There's lots of people who don't give a fuck. They just want free medical. I don't need to take care of myself. I just need free medical. I just need to go see these wonderful doctors and have them save me. It's like, I don't know. I have a different attitude about it. And so, but anyways, I was thinking about that. I was like, God dang, man. There's no way I could afford, it's like a huge chunk out of your income to try and be healthy. It's a huge chunk out of your income too if you're sick and you don't have insurance. It's all a scam. This whole fucking place is such a scam. And we just keep on trucking. We just keep on holding it together. I'm really disgusted about something. This has just been eating me up since I got up, and the show is almost over. And so on my TikTok, there's tons of people talking about what's the drama and stuff on the show, and this stuff about the one girl who said the rude thing about Asian people's eyes, and which I hate saying Asian too. It's so stupid. People, Asian, well, we all know what we're talking about. And so there's so many comments and there's so much hate, which is so, people just want to hate. They just love to hate people. And they just want to find somebody to, come on, everybody, let's jump on them and fucking tear them up. It's like, God, I swear to God, the fucking, I was going to say rat pack, but it's like a wolf pack of like, I don't even know. It's a pack of tear people up, tear them down, kick them while they're down, kick them in the teeth. It's just like, it's insane. And then, which the thing, so anyways, but I just got up and I had to take care of business, and then I sit down to look at my thing, and it's this first video that pops up. And oh, I remember it. I opened TikTok first because the moon. Oh, you're joking. Oh, God. It is nowhere to be seen. Well, it was out the other night. Like, it's been out in the daytime. And then one night, it did come on when the sun went down. And so I have seen it once over the couple of weeks in the nighttime. But it wasn't really nighttime. It was more early nighttime. So it was, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night or something. I don't even know. It was dark enough to have it light up. So maybe it was 10. I have no fucking clue. Everything just runs into each other. Time is irrelevant, really. So then there's no moon. And every time I go out there, I'll go stand out and like look around, trying to see any glimmer of light in the sky. And so I get up. It's like, oh, it's 2:22. It was 2:22, which I just love that. And so I go to go do my tea and stuff, and the moon is right there. It's like right out my door, and it's real low, and it's fucking huge. It looks like it's full, but it's orange or red. And I was thinking, didn't they just say we're gonna have some orange or red moon? I said, boy, they just really know what's going on, don't they? Kind of like they're controlling it. And so and it's some crazy shit's supposed to happen, they're saying. I don't remember what they're blaming it on, but we're going to have horrible thunder or something. Like it's going to be dangerous thunder or something this weekend or this week or something. I don't even know. There's so much crazy shit going on. But anyways, but I heard something about this red moon thing or something. And so, anyways, when I looked out and I saw it, and I was like, dang, what the hell? This giant ass fucking moon. And it's so red or whatever. So I started to do this video, and it won't show up red on the phone. It shows up white. It's like, what in the hell with this bullshit? And then, but this video pops up talking about uh, this situation on Love Island. And so I was like, so I wanted to hear it, because the video just starts going. And so then I had heard a couple things she said, so I wanted to listen to the rest. So I was listening to it. And this kind of irks me. It's like there's a lot of people who just want to focus on racism. Racism, racism, racism. It's their main focus in where it comes from, and white people. It's all about, somehow it's always white people are the racist people. White people are the ones setting the tone. Motherfucker, it's not white people. It's the people in charge, for one thing. And we don't even know what color they are because they're fucking in skin suits. They're goddamn fucking green, I think. Or lizards and vampires. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? White people are the one. White people came from the goddamn lab. We're a bunch of fucking lab rats. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And then, it's the story we were sold. And they're all just like, yeah, the white people, they've oppressed everybody. So if you go to China, or you go to the Middle East or something, you're a white person, you're going to go in and you're going to oppress these people? Like, you're talking about where a place where a certain group was the majority, and then they're the oppressors instead of, and like I've said, the people in charge go through life siphoning through to find people that will fuck people over. They don't give a shit. They don't care about people. It's not that they don't, and they could, love white people, and they could be white, but there's also all these different ones, and it's so weird how they just keep talking about this, but it's always people who are of different colors talking about it. And so they are just constantly being racist against another group, and it's like they're oblivious or something. And it just reminds me of that thing where I'd seen, and this was a long time ago. I was in my early 30s when I was with number two. And he said, and I was like, there was something on the news. I hated the news. It just stressed me the fuck out, and it depressed me. And it's like my hair is right now. And then it was some story, and I was like, oh my God, I hate whatever it was. And he was like, he laughed at me. He said, yeah, I hate people who hate people. I was like, yeah, that is kind of stupid, isn't it? And so I was like, it made me aware of that. And so now, I notice it's like people are constantly talking about what they hate, but they hate what they hate. They hate the people who hate this. It's like, it's just the hate it's just the hate goes on. We just carry it forward. Hate, 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 hate. Let's just carry it on. And so, and there's just so much of this racist rhetoric is just like anti-white, it's white people's fault, it's white people's fault. White people are not the only people who have done dumbass shit. Like, if a certain group goes to a country where it's all those people, they're going to be used by other people. This has been the history of mankind. It's like, and they just want to focus on America, and it's like, you're being fed a story or something, and then they want to go back and start telling about the history and stuff like that. And this girl was going in on a whole bunch of stuff. Like, she had like good information, but it was just a tone of hate and anti-white. And I don't know what color she is. I don't know what race she was or whatever. I mean, she looked like she was white, but she could have been some mix or Latin or whatever. I don't know. There's lots of people who their skin can look white, but they don't align with white. It's like, well, sorry, in America, they didn't give us much else to align with. It was a setup. So they, hold on. They made their pasture and filled it with their genetically modified people so that they could create a little slave group. And then they had to start breaking them down in their mind and spirit. And they use people who have a lack of empathy and compassion to be the jail keepers, the gatekeepers. And so they put certain people into power. And when they're selling a story, they may, because how I always see it is, you know, during this time when we had the American Army running the world, that and we're on horseback, that the people that they would put on the horses were their white people, which there was something I saw that was a confirmation about that the other day, something on the history thing, and it was what I had said before, that they were going and getting criminals and bringing them over to be the ones to barrel through this place so that they would take orders and had no problem with murder, because they had to go in and kill a lot of tribes. And then they had to oppress people, and they were the ones who rode around the fields while the other people were in there picking cotton, and they were on horseback, and if you stood up or something, kick you. So they were the gatekeepers, the oppressors, but those people had no power still. I mean, some of them, but it wasn't like the rich guy who owned the plantation was out there doing it. And not all plantation owners, I don't think, were all criminal oppressors, but the hierarchy of the the creation of the environment, just like there's a creation of our environment, they used these people and put them on horseback so they would be above the other people. And then but the people that they got to do that, they brought them out of jails and stuff. Like they went and got people who were criminals and stuff, just like how they did it this time. They go around to all these Venezuela prisoners. Oh, let's get those guys, bring them over. They're not white. They're here to suppress and oppress us and kill us and stuff. And then the one group acts all like, oh, that's not even happening. The other group just focuses on it. And so anyways, it's just all shenanigans, it's all bullshit. It's so irritating, because it's like these people don't see through their spirit or through their heart or something, because you should be able to see. And anyway, so she's going on talking about this, how horrible America's been to Chinese, Vietnamese, Vietnam War and all that stuff. And was another group too, but that was the Asian or Oriental group, whatever. And then so she was saying about that and how horrible and wicked, and the fetishes, and white men went over there in the military and fetishized these women. It's like, chick, if you even knew what the fuck was going on over there, like, Jesus Christ. Like, it is like they go over there still to this day. I mean, that is on a lot of laptops, all videos. And because the guy who is, the C, and then you put another one of those, and then you put a P at the end. Isn't that what their thing is called? Or am I messing up? But you know who I'm talking about, their force over there. That one of their whistleblowers came out like fucking early in 2020. I swear to God, it was years and years ago. And he was talking about, he was so disgusted. He said it's the sickest thing is that these people come over there, and so that they can kind of, what goes on in the red room. So kind of do the same kind of thing over there to people, kids in a room with you. So I guess there's some pretty horrific, violent stuff on hunters, And so and he was saying about, I think he was talking in particular too about that guy, but that there's a bunch. And so it's like the CP, then they have them, they lure them, and they bring them over, then they give the offering. They got the cameras, even though there's nothing going on here, people. Like, it's so ridiculous. So then they videotape, because it's all about the blackmail. It's all about having the control. It's all about the puppet master. So they get this stuff on video, and they give them whatever their liking is. Could be a 5-year-old, could be a 13-year-old. It's little. And then they are allowed to do whatever they want to them, and they do. That's why I was saying Hunter is supposedly, there's a lot of really violent, horrific things on there. And so then it's all about that. It's all about control. And these people are expendable, especially kids. And so, and then in a culture too, where, they set a tone in China, where you were allowed to have one child, and everybody wanted to have a boy because boys would stay in the family and take care of the family as if a girl would marry and go into another family, and she'd have to take care of that family. So they all wanted sons. And so when somebody would have a daughter, they would just go out and do them in. They would go out and drown them. It was this huge thing about killing their babies if they were girls. And so, I don't know. There's a little sense of a lack of value to certain lives. And so and you can make money off of it. So you can sell them. So anyways, that they get hit, just like in, over in Mexico, you get this villainous group who goes out and either steals them or buys them from poor people, and then ships them or brings them over, tosses them over the gate to bring them over here to keep this trade industry going. And it's just so much deeper. So when these people are trying to say like this stuff, it's like, geez, get on board with what's happening currently, what we're dealing with right now. It's like, yeah, you want to talk about this shit? Does it really fucking matter anymore? Like, you want to talk about it was hate? Do you know how much hate you're fucking saying? The hate that, and where, so she's going on about this stuff, when my mind is thinking like about, the laptop, what they do currently, and what these own people sell them to do to get the video. And then, and that's, it's way more about poverty in every group. Whoever's got the power is always going to oppress the people below them or something. It's a hierarchy. It's a dog-eat-dog world that they created. And it's like, people just want to be like, it's just them. It's just them. It's like, no, it's this fucking world, man. And anyways, so she's going on and on about that, I was listening. But then, because I'm thinking, this is, because I already, because how hard they're going in on this girl, I was already like, it's a fucking word, for God's sakes. This brings you right back to the, oh, we got to be careful what we say. We might hurt somebody's feelings. We're never allowed to say something ignorant. We're never allowed to be stupid. We're never allowed to. It's like, how can you be a human and not be stupid at sometimes and be ignorant? Like, give me a fucking break. And you're just an evil person. You're just evil. You should be taken down. It's cancel culture fucking bullshit. It's like psychotic. It's like, you guys are psychotic, literally. And you sit up there and you're fucking on your goddamn pedestal, and you're telling me you've never fucking said anything stupid. I bet you half of these people were saying mean things in grade school. Let's round up everybody from grade school and let's find out what a dick you were in school. Like, come on. Like, so anyways, she's going off on this, and And I'm just thinking, you know, this is extreme how people are getting so extreme over a word. She needs to be taken down. She jail them. Let's just start jailing people for saying stupid shit. Let's just start chopping off their hands. Is insanity. It's literal insanity. And then, so she's going on, and I'm thinking in that way. And then all of a sudden, there's something too that I didn't know about until this week. Something called red pill. Well, we all have heard of the red pill, blue pill thing, but no, there's a red pill man's podcast group, and I think they even file Joe Rogan in that. I'm not sure. It's like a man's man. It's like there's a certain guy. I can't remember his name, but he is like the front runner in this genre. In that, so it's a red pill podcast or something is about talking about men, how to be men or something. And I don't know, I guess it's a little misogynist maybe. I don't know because I don't listen to them, but it seems like there's kind of an edge of misogyny in it, and still continues with you know, men are better than women or something. I don't know. I don't think it's very much like about equality, but it's about how to be the best man you can be or something. I'm not sure, and I'm sure all the podcasters are not exactly the same. And I'm sure that it's helped some men grow into their own too. It's like, but you have, as the receiver, you have to decide where you align. Who you have to pick that. And even though these people all want everybody to pick what they pick, it's like, no, you have to pick for yourself. And we don't know your story. We don't know where you're at in your own self-esteem, in your own world, in your own relationships. You got to go out and go on your journey and figure it out. And you got to see when I'm going too far this way. And yeah, there's a lot of people who are way far in the polls. They're way over to the right or way over to the left. And it's like, you got to find your place. So, you know, those podcasters have every right to be out there fucking talking whatever, you know. I mean, the woman who, the preacher's wife, which apparently she's black and he's white, and also another thing that's come out also, she's an ex-con or prison inmate person. So, you know, that adds in. And then, but she's full of hate. I mean, she's on the internet calling these little girls cunts and stuff like that, which I saw a girl who lives in the area, and she's Mexican and she's conservative, and she said, you know, all this hate that you guys keep saying about these kids, because she stitched another lady, another black lady, saying, oh, so you're telling me we got to go out and look for these little white girls? It's like, so they're not kids, they're white girls. They're not just like, you know, kids and compassionately care about this. No, little white girls. And it's like, this racism is so insane. And so and so she was stitching, saying as a response to this girl, is like, you guys keep on saying this rude ass shit. And she said, I live here. And she's Mexican, I'm gonna say Mexican American, which is, I don't know why we have to, god damn, like, it's so ridiculous. It's part of my identity. Which I totally believe in culture and stuff, but I don't know, is that you have to, I don't know, tag, you know, it's your, what are those things called that we have to put on our videos? The hashtag, it's your hashtags. It's like what you are. And so, but she said that in this area, I'm a conservative. She said the only other conservative I even know is my brother. I said, there is no conservatives here. She said, it is so blue. And she said, a lot of Texas is red, but this place is so blue. So y'all are sitting here acting like this, and these people, is so unlikely that they even voted for Donald. And y'all are in it. But that's how wacky this world is. They don't give a shit. They just jump on board to any kind of thing. They're driven by their emotions. They don't give a fuck. And they're full of hate. Full of hate. And so, anyway, so she's going on about the, you know, if they were really looking into people, So they should go through all your social media and make sure you never said anything stupid before you can be a contestant. I mean, you say something stupid, you're jailed for life. You're held in your prison of stupidity, I guess. And so she said about this guy, whatever. You wouldn't have, if they really had vetted these people, as they wouldn't have Andrew Tate. I think it's Andrew Tate is this guy's name. They wouldn't have people who follow Andrew Tate. I may be saying the name wrong. It might be a different guy's name who just popped in my head. But anyways, so if they really vetted these people, they wouldn't have Andrew Tate followers on there or MAGA people. That's where I was like, are you mother fucking kidding me? How fucking far are you motherfuckers gonna go with this shit? The fucking hate. I can't even. So now, if you're MAGA, you aren't allowed to exist. You're not allowed to go be on game shows. I couldn't believe it. You should see the comment I put in there. It was a double doser. I was like, the hate. This is insanity. I don't remember what all I said, but it's out there. And then probably when I'm getting harassed all day, I'll just delete it. The other day, there was a nurse who said something about this crazy thing at the hospital, because there's constant malpractice and stuff at the hospital. And I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. But people, they can't wrap their heads around it or something. I can't remember what the one she said, but it was wacky. And then I had said, because she was saying, what other weird things have you guys seen? And so when I was living at the other house, there was another nurse that I had met. And she'd come up because she had a Mastiff, and she wanted to bring her Mastiff over to play with my Mastiff. And so we're sitting there chatting, and then we're like, oh, you were a nurse? I was a nurse. And she was like, yeah, I had to leave it. I couldn't take it. It was, and she told me some of the things that she had seen. And she said she saw some nurses, they had to give blood, and they went and they put it in the microwave to unfreeze it and to thaw it out. And she said there was a couple more things. She told me some really crazy stories, and she was working over by Seattle. And so she, I was like, man, that is wacky. You put the fucking blood in the microwave. You just killed it. You cooked it, and then you're gonna put it in a person, full of radiation. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. And so I thought it was wacky. Well, so when this girl said that, whatever she was talking about, it seemed like it was something with blood, too. I don't remember. It seems like it was maybe somebody had hooked up blood into a different line. I don't remember what it was, if they were putting it in their stomach. It was something. And so I had said the one about the microwave. And, oh, my God. I just took it down. These people, oh, that's a lie. Then I had these people like, that's not even true. They don't even freeze blood. I said, when I was in nursing school, I worked in a lab, and the blood came in frozen, and then we had to put it in this little freezer thing. And then and it's a difference too, if how the blood is ordered and stuff. So, if you come in, they type your blood, and you need a transfusion, if it's not there, and what do you think that the blood just stays? You have to freeze meat and stuff. And because when I worked in the lab, when I was in nursing school, I had to do blood all the time. I had to do blood stuff, and I remember it being frozen when she was telling the story about the microwave thing. I was like, oh my God, because you have to get it out and you have to let it thaw out. There's a period of time before the people get the blood. And then I had this one nurse, and she was like, I'm a nurse in a trauma center, and that's just not true. There's no frozen blood. I'm like, well, did you work in the lab? Have you been in the lab? Then there was another one who came in and I worked at some lab, and nurse something, and there's no way there's frozen blood. You must be talking about something else. She said FFP, or I'm sure it was red packed blood cells. And then, and so anyways, I at some point I was like, I'm not arguing with you. I don't give a fuck. Like, seriously, I don't give a fuck. Think what you want, believe what you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So, and maybe, you know, your hospital has more access, and they've got fresh blood all the time. But how are you going to keep the blood fresh? I mean, we can't even keep our orange juice fresh. We can't, what? And I was just like, okay, I just can't even. So, I don't know. You just keep all this blood just in a fridge and it just stays fresh. Like, so maybe it's certain blood types that come in frozen. And I just remember the frozen, and the frozen blood coming in. And so when she told me that story, I was like, oh my God, what a way to thaw out the blood. Because I remember I would have to sit there and get it ready or something. Like, I don't remember if I had to, like, I just don't remember the whole thing. But anyways, it's just like some of these ones where people just want to argue and argue and argue. Like, your story isn't real. You're just making shit up all the time. Like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, you know, in my world, in my reality, where I was at that time, that's how it went. This weird reality where there's new animals coming in that we've never heard of and stuff, possibly maybe they just go through blood so fast that they don't need to ever fucking do anything. They need to just hook us up to the people so they can just get our blood. I don't fucking know. But I was like, I'm not arguing. I'll just take my thing down. So, I haven't had anybody come in and attack me over the comment I did over the medical, which is wacky. I want fucking free medical. People who don't even fucking save their own people. And then they just have kids lining up. You can go in and without your parents' permission now. That's the country I want to supply my medical. Fuck off. Yeah, little kids can go in and a teenager who's depressed. Like, find a fucking teenager who's not depressed, man. Oh, and then if you're depressed, well, you're not gonna ever get over it. Just go kill yourself. Like, we got the machine for you. No, they're stealing the motherfucking consciousness. Like, fuck off with this shit. So, no, fuck you, thank you very much. No, I don't want your medical. I want anything to do with your bitch ass. So, anyways, so I'm not gonna argue with people, but on her thing, I wrote a bunch of stuff to try to point out, like, the hate, like, just continue with the hate. And besides the fact that this girl, who you guys keep on talking about racism, and then always falling back on white people racism, the girl who did it isn't even white. She's Mexican and Dominican, or Mexican and Puerto Rican or something. She's Latin person. She's, both parents are from two different Latin communities. It's like, but yeah, okay. Let's just talk about white people all the fucking time, and MAGA people. It's just, oh God, it's just so, you know, I don't hate them, but it's very cringy. It's very pukey. It's disgusting how they just keep on going and going and going, and then to sit there and say MAGA people shouldn't even be allowed on this. Oh, they wouldn't let MAGA people. I don't even know on the show. I've been watching the show. I couldn't tell you who's MAGA and who's not. I couldn't tell you. I've seen a lot of people talking about this red pill men. Is that the red pill men are the men who listen to, like, this Tate fella or whatever. And so I thought red pill was, you know, choosing between seeing what's real and what's not real. But apparently red pill is this other thing too. I don't fucking know. Just like woke became more than one thing. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off that subject because it's just a bunch of raggedy, just ragging about the rags that are. It's just like we just continue the hate. It's like, we gotta stop. We gotta, And why can't people be stupid ever? Why can't they say something stupid and ever be forgiven? Why don't we try that? Why don't we try and let people learn from their mistakes? And but the one lady who I was saying a minute ago, the preacher's wife, so when she said this rude ass comment, her following, I think somebody was saying she had like 9,000 followers, and then it went down to 7,000 when she said this. And they said without magically, as she continues, now it's gone up to 11, and she now gets to be on the program to get paid by TikTok, and which irks me anyways, because I got 45,000 on there, and and they always ask me to go on that thing, and I'm not gonna. They've even put out things that you have to say that you have to talk about the things they want, which, I'm constantly censored. They just take down my videos all the time. And but you're allowed to go out and call little kids cunts, and then you get to be paid for it. It's like, but you can't talk about, the sky. You can't talk about, there's a lot of things you can't talk about, but you can do that, and then they'll pay. But I don't ever just sign on to their program, no matter how many things they ask me and send me. It's like, no, I don't want to be part of your selling shit so I can make money. And then you have all these people who just, I don't know. I just see our society as being so warped and broken. And so why all this shit is gonna blow the fuck up, man. To get people in line, to get people to see. It's like, it's absurd, man. Hold on. But I'll tell you, there was some good news. So I had said about let's just look at this while I'm messing with my hair. So I had said the other day about the XRP thing. So the dates on that is that they were putting out was the 14th, which is Monday, which goes in alignment with if the banks go down on the weekend, the people will know on the Monday or something. That was in X-Files. And then, because the guy was explaining something, everybody's got to have seen that clip. It's been going around for years. And, but he said the banks will go down on the weekend, and then on Monday is when the chaos will start. So, but there's still, I think, before the chaos can start, I think they're going to take down either the internet, the power grid, something. And so it won't, whatever happens is supposed to happen. Cat fight. Whatever happens is supposed to happen. And so but the 21st, so I would think the next Monday, which that could be the Monday. I don't know. But we're at this point in time where things are about to really heat up. And which outside is fucking heating up, man. It's so hot. And so, and more floods. They are definitely open. There's no fucking way. Oh, it's been raining for an hour, and fuck off. They're opening dams. Dams are fucking weapons. They did it on purpose, I swear to God. It was from them knowing how resets go, using the water and the mud and stuff, how to bury the people, so bury their communities. And they are in their reset, where they're trying to reset the population to move them into a more controlled environment of a city where you can only go a couple blocks, and then otherwise you have to show your papers and pay fees to the trolls who are controlling this world. And so so they're actively trying to move us in a certain direction, where the other side is trying to give us our freedom. So it's trying to split off. And so the battle of trying to keep us under control, and it goes way deeper, because it goes way deeper than just this and just these people. Some of these people who have been around for fucking millennial or some millennium. So they've been around a long fucking time. And then they just body swap or whatever the hell they do. shapeshift, whatever the fuck. So, but they've got control over us. But don't forget when you said don't get all caught up in the, being controlled, because you come here on purpose. Nobody's fucking throwing you on an airplane. You come into this world on purpose so that you can experience what it is to learn from the things that are happening in the environment at the time. And it goes with other lessons and stuff to expand your knowledge of self, to see yourself and see, how you move through different environments and different situations. So that is, so even when we sit here and talk about us being enslaved and stuff, some of us came here to fight for this right to be free. And so, anyways, it's all changing, and we're in the midst of change. And so but the people in charge, they know how to, I think they set the dam system up so that they could use it to open the water and let it come out. Because I always wondered, like, why the dams? Why wouldn't you just let the water do its natural thing? Why do you have to control it? Well, now we can see why. You just open 4 and take out a town. And so New Mexico, North Carolina, Texas, and I swear to God there was another. I was seeing lots of it. Oh, New York. New York last night was flooding too. So, and I don't know how bad it got, but it was just raining and raining and raining. And the video was, she was like, this is weird. Just all of a sudden started raining, and look how high it's getting so fast. So, but then they just, wherever they've got water, they just let it rush out so they can kill a bunch of people. And so anyways, the game goes on, but so what was I gonna say? I think maybe I was done with that, because the other thing I was gonna say was about, so this Amy had sent me this guy yesterday. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before, but he has a podcast and books and stuff like that. And he is obviously a ufology person, so he obviously believes in aliens and stuff. So weird how, so many people don't believe in that. Like, I try and say anything, my mom's like, that's crazy talk. Like, people in this world are so three-dimensional, they can't imagine that this isn't real and all that. It's like, this isn't real. And yes, things can just reach right through and reach right out. They can walk right through and walk right. It's like, okay. So, it's just weird. It's like your mind is so, it's like you've trapped it in not seeing everything. It's just, I don't know. Everybody, when everybody's, this big moment of seeing is going to be like crazy. So, and there's gonna be resistance for sure. They're gonna feel like, wait a minute, something's going on. Maybe I'm going crazy. It's like, no, you gotta let go. You gotta let go and let it see the truth. And so anyways, this guy she sent me yesterday, he was talking about the floods. And so he was saying some stuff in the Texas one. And I don't know. I can just tell you what he said. And I'll share the video for anybody who wants to see it and see who this guy is. And maybe you know who he is. Maybe you already watch him or whatever. But he was saying some of the stuff about the flood in Texas. That it was an attack by the... against the Alliance. The Alliance, like, essentially had like a base there or something. I think it seemed like it was kind of like an underground base or something. But anyways, they had a base there where they were keeping information that they also... He kept talking about Valiant Thor, which Valiant Thor, I think, is the guy who came and he tried to help humanity, and the politicians said no. And then they, at one point, I think they segmented him, like cut him into parts, threw him out, and then he showed back up, all put back together. And they were like, what the fuck? I think that's Valiant Thor, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so he was talking about him. He's involved in this too, I guess. And he kept talking about the Galactic. So I don't know if he is one of those people who channels the Galactic Federation or whatever. So I'm not really sure, or if he, knows some. I'm not sure what all his stuff, because like I said, I'm not familiar. But he has books and stuff too, because he's going to be out this summer or something. He's going to go somewhere where you can go and interact with them. And then he also is going to be speaking at a UFO seminar thing in September or something. So he's in a certain community. And he was saying that it was talking about the galactic war that's been going on for so long, and the battle that's going, and it's going on around us, and and so they had this base there, and this is where it was like the aliens and the humans are sharing the space and information. And so it was like they had all of the information, all of the stuff about the flight logs, and all the lists and all that stuff. Everything is there. And so he said that's why they went in and did this flood, was to destroy their information. Just like when they blew the buildings, there was a lot more to that. You just could go in and look at that rabbit hole. And so he's saying that that's what they were doing, and that there was a big battle that went on too. And he said also that it was a setup because they were going to kidnap a bunch of kids, and that there was a bunch of white vans pulling up right before it happened or something, and they were going to be grabbing these kids. And so, and something about 21 kids that were missing, and I'm not sure, because there was a lot of stuff to that part. And and I don't know. I just listen. Could be, couldn't be. I don't know. It's just information at this point. And but so he's talking about that in the first part of the video, and he said that this was something with the Alliance. He said that the paperwork all got destroyed, and that's why they were coming out. Oh no, there's no log, there's nothing. What are you talking about? And then but that they had copies, and so that's going to come out. But there's this stuff that they've got to try and have to reveal first, because everything's about getting us to see the truth, and it's got to play out. And so it's not just that they can sit and tell us. We got to watch it play out. And so which yesterday they were trying to talk to Donald, and they started asking about the logs and stuff like that. Some reporter, he got so mad, and he was like, you're telling me with all this bad shit going on and everything happening and all the good stuff I've done, that's what you want to talk about? He was really irritated. But I think that's part of the show too. And I think it's to get us to see what is our priorities, when bad things are going on, and we just keep on focusing on these things, like we give a dog a bone and they just can't let go. And so, which, we don't have to hold on so tight. Why do we need the law? Can't you just tell by what is going on in the world who's involved and who's not? Like, you can just kind of tell who is, even right, when they keep on saying, well, we're trying to pass this, and these politicians, they don't want that. They want, kids to be considered adults at 12. They want, all this stuff. Well, probably those people are a problem. It's like, why? I don't really know why we need the list. I think it's kind of obvious who's who, but we'll see as things play out, because there's no getting away from it. These people are going down, down, down. There's no getting away from it. No matter what all the drama and all this bullshit that they say, this has been going on for a long time, and he had already put it in the EOs back in the first round that if you were involved in any of these crimes, everything is taken away from you. Everything. You're losing it all, bitch. And you're going to lose your life. So, anyways, the that's yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are just so bent out of shape over this, and it's, they're just attached so hard, and so it's like you gotta I don't know, get control of your emotions and just let some shit go and just let things play out. Don't just get hung up. It's like so hung up on like, oh, see, we're never gonna get it. We're never gonna get it. Like people are freaking. So it's all consuming. And so, anyways, but the things happening in the world are to teach us to, move differently, glide through, stop stomping through, stop hanging on, like you just glide through life, man, and let things happen how they happen. And when you are confronted with something, stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you think, what you believe, what is in your heart. And so you could say on one level, well, that's what these people are doing, but it's like, how emotionally invested are you going to be? You just got to have a boundary. This isn't okay. Like somebody comes at you, a thing in life, then that is where you be true to yourself. You don't just take a knee, and so many people are taking a knee every day. I hate working. I hate this. I hate that. But I want a new car and I want that, it's like, so, anyways, the, man, I just go off on shit, don't I? So, let me think where I was. Oh yeah, the list. So everybody's freaking on the list and stuff, and I would still like I'm fucking. Where's the goddamn wiener laptop? Like where's all that? Where's the insurance policy? Like we're like, it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than just that guy's list. Are you fucking kidding me? They still got lists going. You think this stuff has stopped? Why are there kids going missing every fucking day? Why is there serial killers everywhere? Why do we have people going missing all the time? Why are people being returned, their bodies being returned to people with missing parts? It's like, this is Jeffrey and Ghislaine, were just a nail in the wall. It was like, and there's 1,000 of them. It's like, no. I mean, even the guy, the CC over there, he had even said, these people come over, and it all goes on there. Like, here, yeah, you can have this kid. We got a video here. We're gonna launch you. Go ahead, have fun. And then they're little kids. It's like, what the fuck, man? It's still going on all day, every day. Because Jeffrey's don't like, what? That list really is that important? Because there's lists going on right now. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, so, anyways, but if you're just hung up on that, just hung up, I just can't get off of it. It's like, then I guess you're not noticing all the other bullshit because it's still going. It's because they've caged up that guy. I don't think Jeffrey's really gone. I think he's gonna suddenly come out of the blue, along with some other people probably. Maybe he's gonna get a public hanging or something. I don't fucking know. But anyways, it's way bigger than those two. Those two. Yeah, it all ended. Yeah, okay. Just because we got them, well, now we just want the list to know who the bad guys are. It's like, well, the bad guys are still at work. They're still going to town. They're still out there just doing their thing. So, anyways, let me shift gears off of that. Oh yeah, because the good thing. Okay, so good thing was because there was some crossover. That's what I'm always looking for, crossover information, where you get it from this angle that has nothing to do with this one, and they're saying the same thing, and then this one over here saying the same thing. Okay, so we had the med chick, the Australian chick, and she was saying that we're close. Like, I don't remember her whole long video. I can share that too. Is whatever she was saying, like it's really close. I don't remember. She was like, well, I think she gave some. No, I don't think she gave dates because she's given dates before. And she was just like, it's close. And then we'll be called into this redemption center or something. So anyways, then the XRP thing. So then all those people saying this big thing is happening, and then knowing, reference back to Charlie, is that he said watch for that, because once that is, that is a big part. And then, like I said, the dinar and the ran, and so these different things, they all go together, and so they're hitting. And so on this one, they gave those dates, which was like she was saying it was close. They're saying it's so it seemed like, okay, it seems like it's real close, you know, especially if you're talking about the FDIC is that on this date. I mean, this isn't just rando. This is actual dates that are being said that this is going to have a gazillion dollars spit in their account. And and that's going to jack up the the value of the stock, and the people who have bought into it are sitting back, ready to get fat and happy. So so that seems like it's not just a random date, somebody said. And they're going to attack. They're going to continue attacking because they want to they want to keep things, keep us under control. And that's why we have this galactic war going on, because this has gone on for a really long time. And and then, you know, some of us are here to, well, it's like boots on the ground, bringing in the light, you know. I don't know, because I don't know how caught up, like, I don't know. Like, people are so caught up in stuff, so I don't know, like, if it really is, like, some of us came in knowing to help them to see or something. I'm not sure, but it's quite apparent, you know, what, who can see and who can't see. And so, and who aligns with what. There's so much alignment in the dark, man. They just feed the dark energy. They're full of hate and division and stuff. So, anyways, this guy, so he added on to this thing. And so he was talking about the big drama in Texas and being way more than just the river rising, and that it was all to destroy this paperwork and to continue this battle of control. And so it was more playing out, is what he was saying. And he said there was people who were killed, like soldiers and stuff. He said that there was it was a big battle that happened. So I don't know. And a lot of their battles have been in underground too. And so, and that's why, you know, there has been some explosions, but some of these, like in Idaho where the ground is splitting, like huge splits. Don't forget what happened in Turkey when the ground started splitting. It's like all of a sudden one night they all went to bed and they woke up and the Grand Canyon was there. And so, and it's happening in Idaho, and people are hearing booms. Well, the booms, I would say, is the tectonic plate shifting. It's the shifts underneath us that is making these, you know, rumbles and booms and stuff like that, I would say. But, you know, I know there's other people who say, well, they're exploding things, they're trying to set off volcanoes and stuff, and I know that they have also done that. But in this area, I would say that it is, the plates are shifting and the ground is opening up and it's shifting. It's like separating and stuff. It's pretty crazy if you see those videos. But it's also been happening in Texas. So all this stuff, you know, people need to, you know, start worrying about that shit and getting their food and stuff ready for what's about to come. So he said that, let me think how oh yeah, because so he was talking about the big, beautiful, you know, that big, beautiful thing that's been all the talk, because everything needs to get our attention. So they got to bring in a lot of drama about it. They got to get these people who want to fight against it, and these people are trying to put it through. And then the news, of course, oh, it's the worst thing in the whole wide world. He's a monster. Take this monster down. Come on, Blues, let's go. It's like, you know, they're all being led by their hate, you know. And, anyways, so he said in this thing, so he was breaking it down, like, he wasn't going line to line, but he was saying a bunch of this stuff. And so he also brought up about the EOs that said that these people lose all their shit. It's in this one too. So as of, I think it's, maybe it's August 1st. I think August 1st in this bill is when it switches. Like, I think he was saying right now, presently, is when they are taking it. As soon as that big old BBB went through, that that's when they were started right away taking it down. So taking money from these people, it's all in this thing, and it was cutting off all their control in the finances and the corporation. It's like the kill shot. It's like the, you know, like for all this time they've been laying there, like how I see it. It's like this battle going, and the guy's down and he's bleeding and everything, and then it's the dagger to the heart, it's the end. And so it seems like that's what this BBB is. It was like we've been suffering through all this shit, and they still keep carrying on and carrying on. But this is the last of the Mohicans. This is it. This is the thing that takes them out, and it cuts off all their whatever power they had, and it takes their money, and so it's which feeds into the gajillion dollars that's going in, which would be the 14th. So it's already in the process of taking all of the money to move it on the 14th. And so he was saying in this BBB that it is on, in the beginning of August 1st, is when it goes back to the people. Like we're going to get a re-evaluation or something, which that could be like when they start saying, well, we're going out of an inflation, but everything is going to go down in cost. And I don't know how they're going to say it, work it out, do it, or however it's going to play out. But I know that the houses are going to go back to the worth is going to be the prices back in the 50s and 60s. It's not going to be, it may be the 70s, but I'm pretty sure it's the 60s in those price range, in the 50s and 60s. And yeah, because I think in the 70s they already were doing an inflation, and we had to stand in lines to get gas and stuff. They were already fucking with the economy. I think they've always fucked with the economy, but anyways, in the 50s and 60s, things were still reasonably priced in houses and stuff like that. So he was saying, so what I was hearing, so August 1st is something about that. It's this re-evaluation or something on the money thing. And so, which goes with this lady, the medbed lady, goes with this XR people, and it goes with this BBB and the timing and stuff. So it really gives me a lot of hope. And see, and I would rather focus on that than focus on the goddamn list. And so, where do you want to put your energy? I want to put it towards freedom. I want to put it towards, like, man, this is coming. It's like Christmas, man, when this turns around. It's like you don't have to stress out about trying to pay your bills. You know, use your money to take care of yourself. But there will be a point where the money that we have will have no value, and we'll have to go towards the new, and that will hold the value because it's going to have a gajillion dollars in that reference. That pot of gold, gajillion dollars, is going to make it where we get, and I don't even think it's going to be called dollars. I think it's called something else. But anyways, but all those timings seem to go together, and it seemed like that this bill that they wanted to stop had a lot to do, because they keep focusing on things, I don't know, immigration or something on it, but it's like what we want to focus on is how they're moving the money, who's going down, what is blocking them and stuff. And so anyways, like I said, I'll share the video on here in the comments. And I'll see if I can find the other one too. So if anybody wants to see the one with the medbed lady and the ex people, those ones were TikToks that I had seen them talking, but the guy last night, his is a YouTube, and so I will share both of those so you can go in and listen to them and you come draw to your own conclusion what you believe. I'll even share the TikToks too. I'll put all of those in the comments. So anybody who wants to go in and see and decide for themselves, don't just believe me because that's what I see. That's just what I see. That's just what I'm hearing. That's what I pick up on. And so to me, it seems like, yeah, we could be down to the last days of being poor and distraught and sick and beat down. Yesterday, there was no spraying over here, which I was like, maybe that's a good thing, or maybe I have no idea. I'm hoping all the time that gets taken down. And I don't know. But there was somebody who I had seen doing a video, and they were talking about the fake sky, and it's an illusion so that we don't see past it. So it's like the bubble that we're in, and it's just like the Truman Show. So he's in that bubble, this fake world, and so we're in the bubble of this fake world, and so the sky isn't real, and which I think the real sun is a portal. Confirmation. I think the real sun is a portal, and so I know they have a fake sun. I think they probably have more than one fake sun. So I don't know, because I think different suns are in different places at different times too, because I think how our world is not set so much of how they tell us, how they try and make their map. And yeah, I'll be real curious, kind of, as time goes, like, to see more of a map. But if you're putting something on a two-dimensional surface, then you would have to, like, I guess you would have to do like a 3D map if it's more like how I see it, because I think it's more of like this than like this. So anyways, in the waters and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see as things go. Everything is we'll see, which is so funny because I've been saying we'll see for a long time, and Donald keeps saying that now. He's always like, we'll see. So, and my mom's saying it now all the time, that we'll see. Everything's just like, we'll see. There's nothing to argue about. We'll see. Like, why would we argue about it? Why waste the energy? But anyways, so if they put the cajillion dollars in on the 14th, and then the 21st they start putting it out, and then do a re-evaluation on the cost or the price of things and stuff, and then we start getting called in to go over our money thing and being shown how to do it or whatever, and figuring out like what money you're gonna have in your account, and I don't know how they're gonna figure all this stuff out, and then because I don't think they're gonna be turning around giving like kids $1 million or something. It's gonna go into the community a lot, like, first. I mean, they may give money to people to get them going and stuff, but there's gonna be a lot of benefits that are gonna be coming. And I saw this video also yesterday. I'm like, this was one where you just want to cheer. It was like so cool. I'm gonna share it too because it was good. It was really good. And it was a guy from Hawaii, and he was in North Carolina, and he was at some city council meeting or something, and so he stood to speak, and he was saying, what has happened in Hawaii and what they've done to us, and then I'm here, and I see they're doing the same thing here. He said they just keep doing this to us, and he's going on about that, and then he said, and they destroy the planet, they destroy the earth, they all the different things, but all we want to do as humans, all we want is some land so we can just live. We just want some land so we can live and have our families and see our kids run and play and stuff, which is true. That's all anybody wants. Most people don't give a shit about, selling their soul to be famous. And humiliating themselves and degrading themselves. And they just want, just give me some place to live and let me live, man. And so that's what he was saying. Everybody was like cheering him at the end. It was really good. I really liked what he said. And I don't know about cheering, but it seemed like it was cheering. But people were really, because he was speaking the truth, that is all we want. And that's what we're going to get. We're going to get this stuff given back to us. They're not going to be able to, whatever with the free land things that keep coming in the freedom cities and all that stuff. But that's what we're going to go to. Because I mean, when I first woke up, I was one of the things that hit me the hardest is how are they selling us the earth? They don't own it. The earth would make a deal with them and said, here, yeah, you can sell me. I was like, how are they selling us land? They don't own it. Who did they pay for it for? How can they come in and say, this is my land and I'll sell it to you? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And when I would say that to people, people were just like, oh my gosh, you're so weird. But now, this is playing out. Now we'll see. Because, yeah, how can you sell something you don't own? And, why isn't it just like musical chairs? Well, we'll sit down first. No, I own it. Because that's a part too. That's how homesteading worked. You went in and you claimed land and then you worked it and it became yours. And I'm sure there was some purchasing going along the way, because at some point some crown came in and said, hey, we own this. And right now they're trying to make like they're selling all our land to China. So pretty soon, we'll be having to buy everything from China. China owns this land. So what they're going to... this stuff is so fucking ridiculous. It's just like, it's so irky. So anyways, but that is where we're going to go, is into that opportunity to have free land. I just feel certain the land's going to be free, but you're not going to be able to just like claim a mountain and say, oh, well, I'm taking this mountain, and if it's free, I'm taking this. It's like, no, this isn't about hoarding anymore. We're moving away from the money hoarders and all of that. We're, people who hold on to their money while people are starving in the streets. It's like, so so we're moving out of that way of being, that way of thinking. And so money hoarding will be, last year's news. And then we're going to move into a time of freedom. And in that, I say it will include the land to be free, but I think it will start with, it will be like an acre or 5 acres. And everybody gets an acre or 5 acres or something. And maybe it will be, you can put in for 10, but it has to be used for something. Like you have to be doing something with agriculture or something. You can't just be like, well, I want this much because I just want this much. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I think a lot of the money, when this gajillion dollars is going to be going back into communities. Like, say we go into our redemption center thing, and we talk to them about our health and our finances. They have our data and our files, so they'll know like what you've been through, what you've lost, and what you're owed, kind of. And then they will do a reevaluation. That's what I think he called it, a reevaluation on August 1st, is in the BBB. Like, this is out of the BBB. He said that. So that's their thing. And so we're going to be getting hit by these people who are trying to stop this, because, they want control over us. So anyways, the reevaluation, when you go into that appointment, that's when you would talk about your health and getting an appointment for this bed. And then they do a scan on you that will pick up on your vibration, because you have to be a certain vibration for the bed to work. So you can't be low vibration, you don't take care of yourself, you're just downer. Then if you are in that position, then you have to go into the healing center. And I don't know that you have to go and live there or anything. I don't know how many there's going to be or whatever, but you have to go into like counseling. And then you have to learn how to love yourself and heal yourself and take care of yourself. It's like it's going to be to help people to get on board with loving themselves, is how I see it. And then, so once your vibration is, in alignment with the machine, then you can go in the machine and the machine will set you straight. It will put things back in order into your body and stuff. So you get those appointments. And then people who go in and have a plan, like you have an idea. And people, people are programmed. We're all programmed. We're here running a program. So I couldn't not do this. Like, even when I had resistance, they turn on my lights, tell me to get up. And so you're pushed into your program, but you gotta, I don't know, some people would be scared and cry because somebody's talking in their head and turning on their lights. But so, but you are programmed to do whatever you're doing because you have something you're here to work through, work out, see about yourself or whatever. So it's programmed into you. In this world tells you that you can do something different. But that's why you got to get into this other part of yourself, in this connected part of yourself, so you can get onto your program and see what you're supposed to be doing here, what's your purpose, why you're here, what you're doing. And so then you get in that groove. So so there's going to be a lot of realignment, but people who are already running their programs, they are programmed into building communities and knowing things to do. Like people who, they just feel very driven to go learn about herbs and learn about plants and the benefits and stuff like that. Well, those people will have a role to play. And so those people, could go into this reevaluation thing and then have a plan. Like, well, my plan is I want to open up a center where I provide these herbs. So I need to be able to grow them. I need to have people that can come in and do this farming. And then I want to have a packaging, and then I want to bring them in to my apothecary, my little market, and then sell them to people and have an expert, whatever it is. Like, it's going to be stuff about community and social stuff, bringing us all together. You got to think of the direction the light is going towards: unity, community, love, acceptance, and stuff like that. So, and so acceptance also means, that you're not a monster because you said something stupid one time. It's like, I swear to God, who hasn't said something stupid? I just can't even get over that. Like, how far they will go over a fucking word, man. Like, words hurt. It's like, really? Do they? I don't know. I kind of think punches hurt, but words, well, how fragile are you? Like, ugh. So, and yeah, there's lots of people who are beat down. So there's lots of people who words hurt. They hurt so bad. I mean, you gotta get over it. Like, that was one thing, when I would have people come in, oh, you shouldn't cuss. It's like, why the fuck should I not cuss? Cuss words, the words are gonna hurt you. It's like, there's so many people who are like, oh no, you can't say that, you can't do that, you can't do. Okay, well, you got a lot of can'ts and won'ts and don'ts. It's like, I don't think that we're here to just be that way. I think we're here to experience, and whatever that experience is. So, anyways, so in the reevaluation thing, then that's where there will be people who will go in and talk about their plans for building community and stuff. A lot of money is going to go into that. And I can't say that every plan, like, I mean, you got to really have a plan. Like, you can't just go in and be all like Harry Gary, like Charlie was saying, for people who have a plan and stuff, have it written out. He was saying this years ago. Have it written out. Because I told my mom years ago, I said, when you go into your redemption thing, have your plan over your animal rescue thing. She's been rescuing animals for fucking 30 years or something. And, but it's, it's just she could have it set up a lot more, reasonably. And so they will put money into that because you're doing something that is helpful, you're doing something good, and you're doing something selfless. So they will, you should be able to get money to, maybe uh, do do things more uh, formally, I guess, and have it just be things that are going to help people. So whatever your plan is, I told her, write out all the things you think you need, what things that you want, and stuff like that, and have it a whole thing. So when you go in, you can present it. And I think that's when you go in and talk about that, because that's where a lot of money is going to be going. And so it could be that they go, everybody goes in and they, do you need a home? Do you need land? Do you need this? Do you need that? And then maybe, like people will be given like $10,000 or $20,000 or something. Well, will go a long ways. You'd be able to buy a house and buy this and buy, like they will give us, but not enough to make everybody just like rich. So, well, I'm just gonna sit back and do nothing. No, it's not gonna be like that. There's got to be a drive towards the building of communities and industry that we can maintain our world in. So, and there has to be, I mean, we can't all just sit back and be rich and fat and nobody's feeding us. Like somebody's got to feed us. Well, who's going to do that? The slaves? No, there's not going to be any. So, so it's going to be a big change in the world, but it's not going to be just like, here, take $1 million and go do nothing and go spend it. Well, who's going to be working the stores? Who's going to be selling you the shit? So we have to all step up and play parts in a world and community to give it existence. And so there's going to be a drive towards that. It's not going to be just like to cut that off. So I think that there's not going to be, like, I think there's going to be enough money for you to get yourself settled and not be stressed out. And then also there'll be all this money. So if you're one of the community builders, then, it's going to put you right straight us into action. And so it's going to be, you're going to have all this money. Now, where are you going to do it? Where, I think you got to probably have a plan of where you're going to do it. And I don't know whether the people are already programmed into what places are the safe places to build. Because there will be some places, there are going to be a lot of places that are going to be shifting and changing, but there will be some, there's a lot of flyover land that is available, and I think that those places are going to be the new places that are going to be built up. And so if you have an idea of like, because to me, I'm always thinking about a community center, like an education community center where kids get to go and they get to go for free. Which there was a cool little story that a guy was telling the other day, and I can't remember where it was. It seems like it might have been like a place where there was like, poor people, like it could have been like by Oakland, or it could have been like over in Harlem or something. It could have been someplace. But so there's this black teenage kid, he was 16 years old, and he kept sneaking into this gym to work out, and he kept getting kicked out and kept getting kicked out, and the manager was getting really mad, and so he had come and snuck in again, and they called the cops on him, and the cops came, or one cop came, and went up and started talking to him and said, you can't be here. They kicked you out. You can't be in here. You have to have a membership or whatever. And the kid said, well, I just want to play basketball. I just want to be able to play basketball. That's all I'm trying to do. And whatever, in this conversation, the cop was like, I had compassion and empathy, and he went up to the desk and he said, how much time can $150 buy this kid? And they were confused at first, and then they were like, oh, well, that would give him a 3-month subscription or whatever. And so he gave him his card and said, give him 3 months. But then it got back to corporate, and corporate was so moved by the story, which everybody's very moved by the story that knows the story. It was so moved by the story that they give him a year. And not only that, they're giving out now scholarships to other kids. This is going to make me cry. Some people this world is so fucked, man. kids that want to just, not be on the streets, want to be out doing something, want to learn how to do something. And the world is so restrictive. And so they gave him a year and started a whole program for other kids who don't have any money to be able to come in and get a chance to work out and play games and stuff. And that's what I keep thinking about, is like a community center where kids and adults, not the pervy ones that want to prey on kids, but the ones that want to, teach them, be role models. You can give them, teach them how to, coach them through basketball, teach them how to do color and art, and teach them the basic things about art, and teach them about how to play guitar, teach them how to play the drums, teach them how to dance, teach them how to cook, sew. Like, there's all these things that kids could be learning to really grow and to develop. And, there's no institution that's doing anything like that. They are trying to, destroy kids' psyche and their self-esteem, make them all confused. So, and they're doing a great job of it. And they've gotten better and better at it. Oh my God. I feel like I gotta scream to talk. And so, anyways, so I'm always seeing like a big community center of places where there's like classrooms where people can, like a girl who loves to dance and wants to teach kids how to dance, and she can go there and have a classroom, and maybe she does it on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and she has this classroom, and she gets to go in, and all the little girls that want to go in and learn how to dance get to go in. They want to learn how to cheer, they want to learn how to do the splits, whatever the hell. That there's people who know how to do that can pass that on and teach them. And so that's how I see it. And then so a real like education center, a real place where kids can go, and there's supervision of people who really care about kids, not just getting paid to show them something, but really give a shit. And that's how I see it. Like, where kids can really go and learn things. And, maybe it is a teacher. There's going to be teachers that would have classrooms in there, and kids that want to work on learning how to write better, or learn how to read better, learn how to, because there is basic things that we should know how to do, read and write, and basic math. You should be able to look at something and be like, well, there's 4 over there and there's 3 over there, so how many will I have? Can I buy this? Can I do that? Basic things. We shouldn't have to go around with a calculator. But how much calculus and geometry and all that stuff? I mean, if there's certain kind of things that you want to understand, like if you want to understand how to build buildings and stuff, then maybe you need to know and understand geometry. But you would be driven towards that, and for those things to be available to people. So anyways, that's how I always, ever since this all started, I kept seeing like, man, community centers and places like that. So I think there's going to be things like that where there's going to be money going into a lot of that kind of stuff to bring our communities together, bring people together, and in a productive, positive way. And so that's what I think is going to be kind of like when they're doing um, the money back into the communities. It will go into things that are going to benefit people and benefit communities. So when you're trying to think about like, what is it? What are you here for? What are you here to do? Why are you here? Stuff like that. So, and maybe you're somebody who just wants to teach something, that you're really good at something, and you could share this knowledge with somebody else, and you need a place to do it. Then they would, I think, hook those people up. They'll like bring them together so that the people can be like, okay, let's as a group, look, what do we want to do? We got this money, and but there will be a parameter. It's not going to be this where we're all like fighting and no, it should be this way, no, it should be that way. There's going to be some, and I don't know if it's going to be a restrict, well, we're going to do this and it's going to be this way, but you guys can all come up with it. And because it's not going to be, well, I think it should be this way. Well, I think it should be this way. That kind of stuff is going to be over. This constant battle zone of living. And it's going to be a lot more flow as things go on. And I don't know how many more battles we're going to go through to get to the flow. You know, it's a kind of an independent thing. You know, it's where you're at. You know, are you just there to fight with everybody? Or are you there to get in the flow and just make things happen, create a new world? And so that's where I think a lot of money is going to go. But there's going to be a big increase in things. So, you know, there's going to be money that's going to go like to people who want to stay home and teach their kids at home. So that he had said that's going to be $10,000 a year. There's going to be a big increase on what was Social Security, the new retirement, and there's going to be things about retirement too that are going to be changing. Like, so, and I'm not sure how it's going to be, but there's going to be a lot more money. So people aren't eating cat food and barely making it to survive on what they give them as retirement money. It's going to be a livable wage, a livable amount of money where you can enjoy your life, maybe go on some trips or something. So it's going to be big changes like that. So there'll be more money coming into families. There'll be more things where he's starting these programs for apprenticeship programs so kids can go and learn how to a skill or a trade so that they can, you know, go and be independent and make money for themselves. So there's going to be a lot of changes that are going to be in the right direction, which it should have always been, but there was always these people who were trying to turn us in the wrong direction because they can benefit off of us because, you know, they look at us as like we're expendable, we're their slaves, we're the nothings. And so they just live off of us, and then they got more people to be into that whole vibe. But that vibe is going down, and people who are involved are going down. So, which I still am just like it's trippy about the Valiant Thor thing. That he kept saying that because I swear to God, it's the guy who got up into pieces, and he kept coming back and trying to talk to him. And they were just like, "We hate you." He's like, "Yeah, but man should be able to live free, man." So, anyways, but all this stuff's gonna be changing our health, our way of living, our lifestyles. People are gonna start getting a lot more into being able to take care of yourself. But like I said, the stuff to take care of yourself is costly. You can't be paying rent and taking care of yourself at the same time. Like I'm living in a garage, so with snakes and bugs and shit, mice and stuff. So, anyways, but the changes are. I just feel like we're just right so close. So I think get excited and think about what it is you want. Where is it you want to go? What is it you want to bring to this world? What direction is you want to go? And do you want to spend your time waiting on a list and being pissed and hating everybody and you know this person said that and they're so stupid, like, or do you want to be going towards like, man, we can turn directions and go towards the light and think about like the excitement of like new communities and like I love live music and dancing. And I think that we're going to be living in places where there's going to be more live music, not all this techno and humping each other and grinding. Like some of the dances like that they've come up with, it's like what is it? What is our whole world just trying to show like what the moves they got in bed? Like fuck yeah! It's like why is it everybody's business? What do you think like that I don't know. So, anyways, it's just like, well, we'll see. We'll see. It's all happening all around us. So, anyways, I feel a lot more excited. Like, but excitement can also set up for uh, disappointment. So you can't get too invested in it. You know, you got to just be like, we'll see, we'll see. But I'm very hopeful that this is our time of really seeing some big changes. And then there's going to be a lot of just disclosure and truth just coming at us, coming at us. And then there's going to be a lot of people that's going to lead them into sadness and depression because yeah, there's a lot of ignorance, a lot of being driven by your hate and being driven by your biases. So that's going to all come to the surface. So there's a lot more to the truth thing than just hearing, you know, that about lists and stuff. You know, it's your truth, what you align with. That's what's going to be coming to the surface. So, anyways, that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts of the day. and my eye just keeps going. It's maybe gonna have to be a med bed thing to have to clear up some of this shit, man. And on the tooth thing, yeah, it's kind of really sore today too. I don't know. See how it's really dark, but then when you get up close, it's not like a hole. It's like I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see if it starts decaying in or if it starts growing forward. But anyways, if we're only weeks away from that med bed, then that's gonna heal that shit. It's gonna fix it. Because I feel pretty certain I'm in a vibration that I would be able to go in there because I've been focused on healing and health for fucking years now. So, and there's a lot of people who haven't focused on it yet at all. And I think that's what raises your vibration is the focus on you, the focus on learning how to love yourself, learning how to love everybody. Even when they say stupid shit, they're still lovable. And then, because I say stupid shit, like, fuck. I mean, I say stupid shit. I'm sure I've said lots of stupid shit on here. I'm sure I can be real cringy. We all can. We're a little bit good and we're a little bit bad. And it's what do you want to, where's your balance between the two? But you can't just get rid of, like, you can't just get rid of your darkness. Like, you would really be a real weirdo if you didn't have anything to balance. I don't know. You would be not of this world. You would be like, why would you even come into this world? And so I don't know. I don't think. I mean, there could be beings out there that are just light, but I don't know. This is where I'm thinking that there is a real advancement that's going to happen. Is mankind enter the galactic biosphere, and that we're really bringing something to the table because we really come in and dealt with our darkness. We really figured out what darkness is and how to control and contain our own. So anyways, we'll see. But just remember, just focus on loving yourself because I'm telling you, it's everything. It's the gold mine. Learning how to love yourself, learning how to love everybody else is the fucking cherry on the top end. Learning how to have the day you want to have by focusing on what it is you want to focus on. And I say, let's focus on the joy and the hope and the future that we have and how close it's getting. So it's getting close. And so however it plays out, we'll see. And we'll talk about it again tomorrow. So talk to you later. Bye.